Hey guys, I'm cmasupra and welcome back to another War Thunder full wheel battle. I am flying the American Premium Spitfire Mark 9, and some people say that this plane is easy mode, and I kind of agree. It is kind of easy mode. The British version of this plane, the one that's not premium and in the British tech tree rather than the American one, is at rank 13, while the American Premium version is at rank 11. I do think that they should probably move it up to rank 13, but it is at 11, and I will still gladly use it because I want the XP. So I am flying this plane, and our opponents are the Germans because we are flying on Bulge, and the Japanese have not appeared in full wheel battles in quite a while, maybe like 2 months or more. I don't know what they're doing with the Japanese in full wheel battles, but they're not showing them. So anyways, this is the video that I teased in one of my earlier War Thunder videos. I said that tail control is not required. This video shows that it is just flat out not required. You don't need it at all in order to fly a plane. So I'm not going to say what happened this game. I'm not going to say why it wasn't required or anything like that yet. I'm just going to say it's not required, and if you want to know why, you gotta watch the video. Yeah, I'm teasing the video at the beginning of it. That's nice of me, right? So, here you can see I'm in combat with a BF-109. I was actually watching him as he took off from his airfield and came all the way up here, and now I'm on his tail because we have the same energy, but I have the better turning capabilities, and so he's on the defensive here. Little did I know at this time that he's actually one of 3 members who are in TeamSpeak or something, chatting with each other, and so he's actually calling for his buddies to come help him right now. And as a result, pretty soon here I'm going to be going up against 3 or 4 Germans at the same time, and coming out slightly victorious, I guess you could say, because they all died in the end, but I wasn't entirely victorious. So anyways, I'm still in the fight with this one, and then hello, something shooting tracer rounds at me. So now I know I'm in with 2 enemies here, and I have to deal with both of them. Pretty soon here I will ask for help if I haven't already in chat. I don't know if I have. But I'm trying to get on this one guy's tail. Germans have better energy retention than the Spitfire does, but the Spitfire can turn better than they can. And turning is really my only defense here at this point because we start out with equal energy, and so whoever turns better will be the victor in a match like that. As you can see, I am not focusing on just one plane. That is something you cannot do when you're dealing with multiple enemies and you can outturn them, but you're slower than them at this point. What you have to do is just basically keep turning and dodging whoever is behind you. You can never go chasing whoever's in front of you. You just have to keep dodging whoever's behind you and hope your teammates show up eventually. I have called for help, so hopefully they do show up eventually. And they will. They will show up. It'll just be quite a while before they show up, so I'm going to have to deal with all of these enemies in the meantime, and I am so glad I'm in a plane that can outturn them. Now, one of the downsides to this plane is that at low speeds, the wings actually don't have that much lift, and so while I can outturn these 109s, I can only do it at like above 250 kilometers an hour or so. And so if I do go slower than that, which you often do in these tight turns, I actually can't outturn them, then they can outturn me, which is a scary thing because they have more energy and they can outturn me. I have no advantages because like they can also outclimb me, outroll me, outdive me because they're heavier. Oh, that hurt. At least it didn't do too much to me. Water has overheated because I've been using WEP this whole time. It's the only way to keep up with the German energy retention that the 109s have. But with all the WEP, my water overheated, and so I have to get off of WEP, and I have to try to regain, or rather not regain, but keep my energy in this fight. Ask for backup again. I see this one 109 that I'm turning with, and you can see him on the screen pretty nice and clear. I don't know where the other ones went. All I know is that there's probably 3 around here, because there's 3 guys in a clan, the ACA clan, on the enemy team. I believe there were 5 opponents total, and 3 of them were in that clan, so I have most of the enemies here with me, which is scary. I guess I'm just gonna keep turning with this guy. I don't know where the other ones are. One of my teammates, Squirt, is saying he's coming for me. He just wants me to hold on. I believe he's in a P-47 this game. And I told him I'm at the deck because he asked what altitude I was at, and typing with one hand is very hard to do, but you'll learn how to do it when you're flying with a joystick. Loop around, he is going to have a shot on me here. Oh, I'm amazed he didn't actually have a shot. Most of the time when you pull that maneuver, enemies have a shot on you. This is actually kind of an old game. I wasn't as good as I am now at full real battles, but as you can see, I'm actually doing pretty well against multiple enemies, two of which are not there. There's only one guy. But there were multiple, and there will be multiple later on in this video. So, what am I fighting against? Is that a 109E or an F? It has a yellow engine, which makes me think it's an E, but it looks more like an F. So I don't really know what kind of a 109 that is. If it's the E, it doesn't outturn me, but it turns very well. It's the best turning 109 in the game. The F is the second best, but is much better and has a much better cannon. By better, I meant faster. It's a faster plane. The F4 is faster than the E, but it has a much better cannon as well. It just doesn't turn as well. It really looks like an F, but I think it's an E. I don't know. Whatever it is, I am in a dogfight with it. I can outturn him. I'm kind of keeping up with his energy. I can't use WEP too much because my water will overheat, as it does many times in the video, and you will see it many times in the video. I'm on his tail, and now he's scissoring me. This is actually a very good sign that there's somebody behind me, and the guy in front of me is trying to let the guy behind me catch up and shoot at me, and so can you guess what's about to happen? I know what's about to happen, but do you know? There he is, the guy behind me. So now I have a G2 behind me, or yeah, that's a G2 or an F4 trop, I don't know, it's one of the two. But both of the trop ones, the F4 trop and the G2 trop, do not turn very well, so I'm not too worried about him outturning me. What I'm worried about is me going straight and then him getting on my tail, or me simply losing so much energy that these three planes who are on me, I believe, right now, either that or the 109 I was chasing earlier is now on my tail, one of the two. But what I'm worried about is them getting on my tail and me having to go straight for a little bit and then them having a shot on me and killing me. I don't want that to happen. So as you can see, there's this 109 behind me on my left, and the trop 109 is somewhere else. He's essentially behind me from the direction I'm facing now, so this is not a good spot to be in, unless he's turned since the last time I saw him, which is entirely possible, but it wouldn't have been smart of him to do that. Is this 109 F4? Not F4, E3? I don't know, whatever it is. Is the 109 going straight? It seems that he is. Who am I going after now? Who knows? Oh, there's two of them in front of me. This is perfect. That's where I want them to be, and the trop one is in front of me directly. Hopefully I can get a shot on him here. Water's overheated from WEP, but looks like there's somebody behind me, and I don't want to risk them getting a shot, so I gotta turn around. You can't chase the trop version of the 109. Gotta get off WEP because water's overheated. There's the 109 behind me. The trop 109 is sure to join in here pretty soon if that's not the one. Oh, that is the trop one. And there's the other one, so they're both behind me now. They're both trying to turn with me. They both seem to have pretty low energy, which is good for me, because the 109 is not too good of a plane at low speeds. It is a better plane than this thing is at low speeds, though. There is that. At least I can still outturn him. We still have enough speed in us for me to be able to outturn him, so that is good. Oh, which one do I go for? I go for the lower one. And can I get a shot this time? He's going straight, which will give me the shot temporarily, but then his teammate's going to be behind me. So I fire, give him damage as a tail. He's going in because tail control screws a 109 over because of reasons you'll see later in the video. But it does screw a 109 over if they lose tail control, so he went into the ground, and now I just have to deal with this other 109. So, Mr. 109 who is still alive here, you are the one that I was chasing this entire time in this video, and you're also the one who is still alive. So, yay! Squirt killed him! Squirt finally showed up in his P-47. That took long enough. How long did that take? 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Maybe not quite that long, but like 9 minutes. It took him quite a while to show up. But I'm glad he eventually showed up. He must have been like at the other end of the map or something. I don't know. So I tell him there's one more ACA member somewhere here, and then I see the plane behind Squirt. So it's just like, oh, that's where this last guy is. Okay, time to shoot him down. This guy is in an E. I can see the yellow wingtips, which is something the E is the The E is the only 109 that has the yellow wingtips, unless you have a custom paint job. So this one is an E. I fire at it, I'm trying to get him to get off my teammate. My teammate's landing gear is down, apparently. I didn't even notice that when I was playing. I was too busy trying to shoot at this guy, and then something hits me from behind, a 109F hits me, and I have now lost tail control. So this is the momentous event. It wasn't very momentous when I said an in between there, but whatever. So I've now lost tail control, and here is where we get into one of the nice things about this plane when you don't have tail control. The wings on this plane, as you may remember me saying, have lots and lots of lift, but just not at low speeds. So what I'm trying to do here is, because I still have aileron control, I just don't have rudder or elevator, what I can do is I can just roll my plane over and over to go up or down. The wings have so much lift at high speed that I can go up, and then if I flip myself over or sideways, I'll go down. And so I can keep my altitude that way, and I can also more or less generally go towards the airfield. And so I'm going to keep doing that and go towards our airfield, and hopefully there's no enemies behind me who are going to try and shoot me. Quite honestly, whoever was behind me probably thought I was dead because I lost tail control, and in most planes, losing tail control does mean they're going to crash, because in most planes they don't have enough lift under their wings, and as a result they can't stay up no matter what they try to do. So lucky for me, this plane has tons of lift under its wings, just only at high speeds. Another thing that I can do, as you will see me do later here, is since this plane has lots of lift under its wings only at high speeds, you will see me slow down a little bit so that I can try to get a little bit less lift in my wings, or under my wings, so that I don't have to keep doing all these rolls which are possibly making you dizzy by now. Hopefully you don't get dizzy easily as you're watching this video. If you do, I recommend you stop watching now, if you're not already throwing up. So, yeah, just doing lots and lots of rolls. It doesn't appear that there's anyone behind me. I keep checking the map to make sure I'm going towards the airfield more or less, because as I'm doing my rolls, I am turning left or right a bit. Left or right a bit, not rights, but right. So I have to keep making sure I'm going towards the airfield. This is something a real-life pilot would hate to be doing, I am sure. Can you imagine being in this cockpit? You're just having to do rolls to stay in the air. You never know when an enemy's going to show up behind you. I do keep checking my back, because I want to know if there's an enemy behind me, and I have enough lift under my wings to where I could still kind of maneuver so that they don't have a shot, but if an enemy shows up behind me, I'm pretty much dead, but I can at least try to maneuver, so I do keep checking my back. Squirt was critically damaged by the last ACA member remaining. That's not good. No! I tell them negative, like no. Airfield is in sight. You can see it right there in my gun sight, although not anymore because I have to keep rolling. Well, now you can see I'm actually not rolling anymore, and I've actually set my my throttle to 56% because I want less lift under my wings. I want as little lift as I can get while still having enough lift to stay in the air. And I also want to kind of slow down so that I can land. I don't want to land at like 500 kilometers an hour or 400 kilometers an hour even, because I will go past the end of the runway if I try to do that. Unless, of course, I like hit my nose on the ground and then do a flip over and hopefully I don't catch fire. That's always worth trying if we're landing at 500 kilometers an hour, but it's not the safest thing to do. So obviously that's not what I want to do. But what I am trying to do is I'm trying to maintain my speed. I'm trying to learn the plane here. How do I explain this? There's a certain point in your speed where your wings will have just enough lift where you're kind of going in a downward slope straight towards the airfield, and I'm trying to find that right speed so that I can just land at that speed. I don't have to keep doing these rolls and tilts and such. And I'm getting kind of close to the speed, and now I set my flaps to landing, and it looks like I'm actually going so slowly that I'm going to lose lift here. Yep, there comes a WEP. I knew that was coming right now. Even though it is my own video, I don't actually remember all the events that happened, because like I said, it's kind of an old video. I just wanted to show it to you guys because it's so awesome. Now my airspeed is 190, and it seems that it's actually the right amount for me to just glide into the airfield. I mean, I am still having to go left and right a bit, and that's something good. I do want to have enough speed to be able to do a go-around if I really have to. Hopefully I don't have to do a go-around, because that would be very difficult to do, but I could if I had to, and it's always good to have the ability to do it if you can. Throttle's at 61, speed is increasing, close to about 200 kilometers an hour. That seems to be the right spot. Is my gear down? I don't know. They are down. I can see the indicator on the dashboard, and my flaps are also down at landing. And it looks like this is going to be a good landing. Wow. I'm going to make a good landing without tail control. So let's do it. Have a little bit too much lift. Flaps up, and now I have too little lift and my nose hits the ground, but I have pretty much landed at this point. Balance out, stay on the ground, quit bouncing. There we go. Use brakes, get the tail wheel on the ground, and we are good to go. So, I have essentially landed without tail control. Actually, in fact, I did land without tail control. I broke my propeller, but that's not a big deal. These mechanics are used to fixing propellers. People do it all the time. The number of times you see people hit propellers on the ground is amazing. Whether it's on takeoff or landing, it's so common. So I'm sure these mechanics don't mind fixing another broken propeller at all. So, that's pretty much all I needed to show you in the video. Nothing really happened once I took off, and really I just took off and went to the middle of the town in the map, and then the game ended. So there wasn't really anything that happened. So let's go on to the ending screen and see how I did that game. Alright, here we are at the ending screen, and as you can see I got 1 air kill that game, 1 aircraft destroyed. I also got 1 landing and 2 takeoffs, so that landing without tail control really happened, in case you maybe thought I edited that video in some amazing way. That would take so much editing. Just the thought of that in my mind. Wow. So anyways, one thing I want you guys to learn from this video is that even if you make somebody lose tail control and then somebody else kills that guy, it is not kill stealing. This is really something I want to teach myself, because I've always thought that if you make someone lose tail control, they're eventually going to crash, and it is because you made them lose tail control. So if somebody else kills them when they don't have tail control, they're taking your kill, but I'm still changing my mind about that. I don't think it's kill stealing anymore because this game happened. If this game had never happened, I would still think it's kill stealing, because not logically you would think if a plane doesn't have tail control, it's going to crash eventually. It just might take a little while, but this game changed that in my mind. So I want you guys to learn that it's not kill stealing if you kill something that'll what am I saying? It's not kill stealing if you make someone lose tail control and then somebody else kills it. I also hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.